right, JP. One of the things I want to do is get you. So Bryce sat down with MLB Network.
Right.
All right. And this is really cool. So I kind of wanted you to take a listen to Bryce. And you want to talk about someone who just understands it, who just gets it. It's Bryce. He never fails to impress you.
No, he says everything right. He's like, it's like an AI generated bot that just says everything right. I don't like it's. I don't remember anyone like this. And what he's preaching in this about culture, and it's just, I mean,
it's perfect.
Yeah, I'm in love.
So take a listen to this.
He says the right thing, and he obviously backs it up with the play as well. This is why we love Bryce Harper, and we're going to see exactly what he's going to say.
Go ahead, Andrew. What do you got? Is Baldy there or?
No, I'm saying keep going. I don't have the video up yet.
Okay. Well, that's what you got to let us know. All right. One of the things with Bryce that I've always thought was special was you used the word pandering, right? Like, and you didn't mean it like that, but he never feels like he's pandering, and that's so rare for a great athlete. Like, he's a superstar, and he's a superstar that allows you inside. And that's different. Yeah. Like, usually, like, if I think back to the superstars in town, like, AI was awesome, right? But and AI was very human. But you didn't really know AI, right? Like, AI was Mike Schmidt was. You didn't really know Mike Schmidt. Like, of all the stars, big stars, I think Bryce kind of lets you in.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Like, I don't feel like he's contrived or anything.
No.
I feel like he's waited his whole career to be here.
Yeah. All right. So take a listen to this. This is Bryce, and the messaging is so spot on.
Bryce, you're an 8-time All-Star, and after hitting a home run against the A's last week, you now have hit a home run against every team in baseball. However, you have never homered against the American League All-Star team. Is tomorrow the night?
Wow.
I think I've only gotten one hit in the All-Star game.
Scott, can you believe that? He's only got one hit in the All-Star game, guys?
Sure. Yeah. I think Ted Williams used to say he hates All-Star games.
Yeah, I'm not betting him tonight to get a hit.
So I'll go with that.
Hey, that's
Quoting Ted Williams.
You, though, like, as far as, you've been a home run derby champion, and it's always fun to pick and see, like, who's your favorite going out? I mean, Ryan went on the limb, and he really picked the hometown guy again.
Also,
usually where
I was
we
just
go,
going to
he
pick
picks the
Alec Bohm
hometown
here.
guy. But tonight, like, because you see, there's guys that can hit homers in BP.
Yeah. And
sometimes it means that they have 50 or 70 home runs. Who's your favorite?
I got to go with Alec Bohm, man. I have to. He's on my team.
Yeah, that's right. Go with the fam.
I think Bohmer does a really good job of hitting homers in BP. I mean, obviously he has a great swing during the game, right center, left center. But I think he's got a chance. We'll see what happens.
I love how you went with your teammate and, like, you guys, it's evident, like, when we watch you guys play, the camaraderie that you have. You guys recently had, I think, a Phillies fam night.
Yeah.
Just talk about that, because, like, the importance of that as you've gone along in your career, you see this now, how important being tight like that is.
I actually hate Bohmer.
I actually hate Bohmer.
He's a great player. I can't stand him.
Really pick there.
Yeah.
He's the man.
That was a good clip, man.
I loved it.
Those guys are great.
I loved it. I think that sort of thing is so real. Like, Philly's fam night. Like, he believes in it.
Yeah.
And everyone in the dugout, he wants them part of the family. Even if they don't want to go out to dinner, no, you're coming out to dinner and you're going to feel these vibes. You're going to be loved on by this family. And it's really what it is. They've created such a family. That's huge. That's why they've had so much success this season.
And like, at the end of that, they talk about they go out for team dinners.
Yeah.
And like he says, either him, Trey, Schwarber pick up the bill because they're the ones making the cash, basically.
Well, which is awesome. But also, it's funny because they all live in the same area, like toward Haddonfield. And people will tell you that when they, who's got young kids and they get together, they're all together.
Right. Always.
And that's a rarity where guys hang out together, right? Like, when we think about teams, you don't see that. Like, that was more indicative back in the day. If you remember, like the Flyers.
Yeah,
they
Flyers
would go out,
for sure.
The Eagles. I remember, like, the 2000 Eagles. They would do a party every Monday night, and it was on Front and Chestnut. And I'll never forget.
Was it?
It was an Italian
8-7?
restaurant.
Oh,
What's the Italian restaurant? It was an Italian restaurant.
Positano Coast.
No, it was right on Front and Chestnut, and
Panorama.
no, and they would do a party, and Brian Mitchell, B. Mitch used to host it, and it was like a players only party.
Okay.
And I remember I used to go with them because I used to do shows. B. Mitch and I did a show together.
Okay.
So I used to go and hang out with them, and it was always a lot. It was like they were very, like they hung out together, and I do think little things like that matter.
No, for sure. Everyone like, kind of like poo-poos it, but like, guys, that's having that good chemistry, especially like being a pro athlete. It's not easy. Playing a pro sports, it's not easy. Things are going to get tough. So having that camaraderie during tough moments, when you're batting is not up to where it needs to be. Having that guy in that dugout to kind of push you through it, that's important.
Yeah,
camaraderie is big.
It is, and it's funny. It's like anybody that comes in that's new, they automatically embrace. Like, I haven't been in a lot of clubhouses, right? Like, because I used to cover these teams and be on the road, and I was in New York, and it was. If you walked into a major league clubhouse, there would be, on one side, you'd have the Latin players. On another side, you'd have the religious players.
Right.
They call them the God Squatters, right? And then another, and you had the cliques. So you had maybe some pitchers, some other guys, African-American players. And there was always like a division, right, among the guys. And you don't see that.
No.
And that's what I think is really sticks out to me.
Well, even last night we saw the clips. Obviously, you have players hanging out there on the side, and you see our guys all together, all rooting on Alec Bohm. It's big Alec Bohm guys. You could clearly tell on the night. Even like a guy like Christopher Sanchez, where listen, Christopher Sanchez obviously is Latino. Obviously doesn't speak the most English as well. But those guys, that's their guy as well.
No,
it's been a lot of fun watching.
Yeah, it's a blast.
We all silly like the mayor.